Hi, and welcome to Season 16 of ECCB Connects. We're happy to share with you new programs about who we are, what we do, and how we serve you. On this program, we feature Governor Antoine's remarks delivered at the 5th Growth and Resilience Dialogue. Stay connected with us. We'll share more with you after this break.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is rolling out Dcash, the next step in the evolution of the EC dollar. Use Dcash to send and receive money to and from friends and family. Make payments directly from your smart device. Make payments from wherever you are. Download the app from the Google Play or Apple Store and sign up, or visit dcashec.com for more information. The future of the EC dollar is digital. Let's make history together.
Thanks for staying connected. The ECCB hosted the 5th Growth and Resilience Dialogue on 14th and 15th April in collaboration with the OECS Commission and the World Bank. This annual engagement was held virtually for the first time this year. The theme was Building Resilience in the Post-Pandemic Era. The forum brought together social partners and members of civil society to discuss and formulate action plans on two broad areas: digital skills and jobs, and food and nutrition security. In his opening remarks, Governor Antoine said that the areas of focus were timely as the region's governments and people pondered the way forward for its recovery, resilience, and transformation.
First, digital skills and jobs, which addresses the issue of livelihoods and is aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 8, promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Second, food and nutrition security, which focuses on protecting lives and is aligned with SDG 2, end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and SDG 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Now, why do we do this dialogue? Well, simply put, to forge consensus and take collective action to build resilience and transform the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. In the face of the ongoing pandemic, the case for building resilience in this region is ever more compelling. Never forget, resilience is our region's capacity to prevent, reduce, and absorb shocks and bounce forward, not back, forward.
Governor Antoine also offered 3 key messages for boosting the region's strength and viability: building resilience, collective action using an all-of-society approach to secure shared prosperity, and the rollout of vaccines for economic recovery.
Building resilience is essential to protect our hard-earned gains and sustain momentum towards socioeconomic transformation, particularly in the face of relentless shocks. Second, collective action using an all-of-society approach is vital to secure shared prosperity. And third, the rollout of vaccines in our region is critical for our economic recovery. At this juncture, I want us to pause for a moment and consider those who we've lost to the pandemic. In the ECCU, there are about 107 persons, and of course, far more in our diaspora. Pause for a moment now as we recognize those we have lost in this pandemic. Thank you. Speaking of vaccines, we now have in our hands a tool to fight and beat this pandemic: vaccines. The decision to take a COVID-19 vaccine is a personal choice. Regrettably, there has been much misinformation, resulting in hesitancy by some to take the vaccines. Today, I seize this opportunity to make a special appeal to everyone to seriously consider and consent to take the vaccine. We often say of this pandemic that we are all in the same boat. But frankly spoken, we are not. The real truth is that we are all in the same storm, but not in the same boat. Many of us still have our jobs, but consider, for example, the 80,000 persons in the ECCU who depend on tourism for direct employment, who are now without work, without money, and without certainty about their livelihoods and their future. Same storm, different boat. I think we can all agree that our frontline workers and health authorities have done a remarkable job to keep us safe. With respect, I submit that it is now our turn to do our jobs to help keep our families and countries safe and to end the economic strangulation that is this plague called COVID-19 pandemic. Do not hesitate. Please vaccinate. I myself have taken the first dose of the vaccine and now await my second dose. The Growth and Resilience Dialogue is a forum for collective action. Last year, I challenged us to advance collective action on two fronts. First, to increase renewables in our energy mix, and second, to advance the digitalization of our economies. On the first challenge, I am pleased to report that our central bank is currently collaborating with the World Bank to deliver a renewable energy infrastructure facility for the ECCU. This facility is expected to address access to financing and offer advisory support to accelerate our region's transition to renewable energy. On the second challenge, it was a moment of great joy when we launched our digital currency, Dcash, on March 31. Dcash offers a safer, faster, and cheaper payment option. The pilot, now rolled out in our first 4 countries, will roll out to all of our member countries very, very soon. So I say to you, get ready and get on board. Before I conclude, permit me to offer brief remarks on the featured topics for this dialogue. Digital skills and jobs. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2020 identifies jobs such as data analysts and scientists, AI and machine learning specialists, digital transformation specialists, and information security analysts as some of the jobs now in great demand. And I can tell you the ECCB is in the market for data scientists, information analysts, security analysts, and of course, digital transformation specialists. Consequently, we need greater focus on science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, and might I add, entrepreneurship at all levels of our education system. Our education system must also focus on what the Brookings Institute calls the 6 C's of education for the 21st century: communication, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, content, and confidence. We need to establish coding academies and innovation hubs to nurture and support, especially among talent, especially among our youth. On the topic of food and nutrition security, we should note that in 2020, the ECCB food import bill amounted to $1.4 billion, or 7.9% of GDP. Our high dependence on imported food means that supply chain disruptions render our region vulnerable. The pandemic has overshadowed many health issues, but it has also shed light on others. Our region's high incidence of non-communicable diseases, NCDs, has increased the susceptibility of our population to COVID-19, the so-called comorbidities. A 2020 report from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, indicates that deaths from NCDs, including diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and hypertension, made up 77% of all deaths in 2016, up from 73% in 2000. The report cites an unhealthy diet as one of the main NCD risk factors. Food and nutrition security helps build resilience by promoting a healthy population, thereby minimizing the strain on families, healthcare systems, and public finances. It is a smart investment which enhances human capital. And as Winston Churchill once put it, healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. Under the Program of Action for Recovery, Resilience, and Transformation approved by the Monetary Council last October, we aim to reduce the ECCU food import bill by 25% over the next 3 years. And that's a savings of $400 million. So we got to get working individually in the countries and collectively as a region. In conclusion, I thank all who have worked tirelessly to make this virtual dialogue a reality. I thank the Planning Committee, particularly for meeting my challenge to think outside of the box and to deliver some innovations for our 5th edition. I thank our partners, OECS Commission, the World Bank, and the University of the West Indies. I thank our moderators, panelists, and participants. I thank all of my ECCB colleagues who are supporting this event, and some of them are from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and of course are doing this with a heavy heart, as are all of us. So I especially appreciate my Vincentian colleagues who are under very trying circumstances continuing to serve our region at this time. Building resilience is an essential step towards our vision for the socioeconomic transformation of our region. This pandemic presents formidable challenges, but also wonderful opportunities. Let us seize them.
We've come to the end of this episode of ECCB Connects. Thanks for watching. We invite you to join us next week for an exciting discussion on pension plans.